Welcome to Spreading the Floor with your hosts, Jacob Cooperman and Nigel Petty Fernandez. Your go-to podcast for basketball's forecast.
Spreading the floor. We're back after about 6 or 7 months. I'm here with Nigel in the studio. And guys, today we have a very, very special host. We have ATBnews hosting us now. Now you can go check us out on their Instagram page, their YouTube page. We'll still be uploading to the same RSS feed, but it will be hosted under them. So it's a very important partnership. I'm super excited. I know Nigel is well.
That's right.
And is as well, excuse me. We sound a little different because we got some masks on today. It's not the most comfortable feeling, and I'm sure you guys can hear me breathing through this thing and hear it colliding with my beard over here. But nonetheless, it's something that has to happen because, you know, as the theme of the episode states, we are in the bubble theme.
We're in the bubble.
Right. We're in a little bubble, like Corona theme type deal.
We're in the bubble.
Right.
We're here.
Nigel, I'm amped to be back, man.
I'm psyched.
I'm amped.
I'm psyched. I'm thankful for ATV coming along and
really
reaching out to us and everything. And I'm glad to be getting back into it. And you know what else I'm glad about is the NBA playoffs.
Yeah. Well, do you want to get into that first?
Yeah.
Should we give them a hiatus, or should we fill them in on what happened during the hiatus of this podcast? Because when did we stop? Because we stopped right before Rudy Gobert pretty much nuked the entire organization with
that wasn't fun.
Touching a microphone.
That was bad on his part. Super bad. The last time we did an episode was over Zoom, wasn't it?
That's true. We did that over. We did a YouTube Live.
Yeah.
So then, you know what? I'm straight capping. It's been like 2 or 3 months then.
No, it's been more than 3 months.
You think? Because when did we do that? Like April, May, June, July, August. Oh yeah, 4 months. 4 months.
Yeah, I was in Florida when you did it.
Right.
We did it.
Yeah. So guys, anyway, we're back. A lot has happened since the last episode. NBA got reinstated. Actually, Rudy Gobert scored the first points in the NBA comeback. Funnily enough, after somewhat seemingly ending the NBA, he came back, scored the first points.
Yeah, he restarted it.
Yeah. Now we're in we've gotten past the seeding games. All the playoff matchups are pretty much set. We've had the play-in game between Portland and the Grizzlies. I think everyone and their mother at least knew that Portland came to play that game.
Right.
They only needed to win one game, and they did that, and not in crazy fashion because it was a pretty close game, but nonetheless, they got it done. I like the way, Damian Lillard's been playing. I like the way CJ McCollum's been playing, especially because he has that back issue. I like the way that Gary Trent Jr. has been playing. I like the way that Yusuf Nurkic has been playing. I mean, that entire Portland squad, to me, I know there's been a lot of, and I'll get into this in a second with you, Nigel. This entire squad has been playing like a world-beating team. Okay, yeah. Do they get a series lead or even a series win against the Lakers? No, that's my personal opinion.
Wow, not even one.
I'm not saying they don't get one game. They might get 2 games. I'd give them 3 games. But I don't think they get past the Lakers. And I'll tell you why. The Lakers are a very consistent squad. They have a lot of talent. They've added talent at the guard position. I mean, you and me both know, the renaissance of J.R. Smith. They've got Dion Waiters now. I mean, it's crazy the optic of that Lakers team. Kyle Kuzma, he's been kind of quiet, but he hit that game winner the other day. They all have, they have a team that's consistent, and we've seen that over the course of the season where they can go on stretches. Same thing with the Bucks. It's interesting to me that the Lakers and the Bucks kind of mirror each other, not only in the standings in each of their respective conferences, but the way that they operate. They've been so dominant. They were both the first to clinch the first seed in each of their conferences. I mean, these two teams have been historic.
Yeah.
Historic.
Yeah. Well, the Lakers are just, playing so well. They're number 1 seed. They have the best record since 2010, and we all know who won in 2010.
Yep.
So I think, like I was calling it, last year when the season was just kind of getting started.
Yeah.
And you can go back to the clips and you can listen to I predicted Lakers are going to win the championship, and I still believe that. And I think that after the bubble, the stars are only more aligned. I think that the Lakers are just going to fly through. I think Portland's going to give them some trouble.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Portland's going to give them trouble, but they're not going to give them an insane amount of trouble.
There's no way that they can match up. Portland's a great team. They have a great squad, and they have great chemistry. But the Lakers are just too dominant right now.
Yeah.
And I think the Clippers are going to give them some trouble too. But I think the Lakers are going to slide through straight to the finals, and they're gonna take care of the Bucks. That's
Thinking about this now, there's a lot of teams that could give the Lakers trouble. The Clippers, they've got depth coming off the bench. They've got scoring. They've got defense.
Yep.
Like, I was always, I don't want to say I was sleeping on the Clippers throughout the season, but I might have been. And you can go back and check the tape on the podcast. I think I might have been sleeping on the Clippers a little bit just because the Lakers were out there, and the Lakers were just, it's almost like you see the Lakers being so dominant, and in your mind, and I can't help this as an NBA fan, in your mind, you look at how dominant they are, and you sort of, even if a team like the Clippers comes along, and they're very, very talented, both defensively and now offensively, they have depth off the bench, they have scoring options, two of the best wingers in the game, Kawhi and Paul George. You discount that because it's like, oh, they're going up against the Lakers.
Yeah, but you can't discount that because they've won almost every single matchup they've had with the Lakers.
Right, no, I'm just saying, like, right. It's even if, I tend to think, and this is something I've been toiling with a lot, you can look at the regular season standings or the regular season series. If the Clippers get, I think they got all. Did they get? They won all of the matchups with the Lakers, or am I incorrect about that?
I don't have the. I know they won at least most of them.
Yeah, they got the best of the Lakers. Yeah,
if not all.
So you can look at that, right? But what it comes down to for me is, and it comes down to for every single team in the playoffs. 7-game series. I'm looking towards the more consistent team. Like, sure, Portland could give the Lakers a run for their money 2-3 games into the series. Are they giving them the run for the money the entire No, they're not. The Lakers they're just too offensively talented.
And I think it's
defensively talented too.
Is my audio coming through okay?
Yeah.
Can you hear me good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just think
the masks.
Yeah, that's annoying. I think that they have the whole storyline behind it too. You
right.
know, for Kobe's passing,
yeah.
Unfortunately, of course, they have to go do it. This is the most perfect setup for a team to win a championship since I can't even tell you when. Since MJ's the last ring.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's certainly a very if they win, it'll be a very touching storyline. I know.
Since Cleveland.
Yeah.
Since Cleveland won in 16. This is the stars are aligned like that.
Right.
And this is LeBron's. This is his career-defining moment. This is one of the moments that we're gonna this playoff series is one of the moments we're gonna look back on and judge his career.
Well, we know playoff LeBron.
Oh,
I mean, the thing is, when we saw playoff LeBron in Cleveland, that was a different beast. We're gonna see. I do believe we're gonna see playoff LeBron again, but now he's gonna have an entire squad around him. That's dangerous. That's very dangerous.
LeBron's gonna go crazy. I mean, he's just obviously been dominant his whole career.
And he's going to go crazier because he's not going to have to do what he did on the Cavaliers.
Yeah.
He doesn't he can lean on AD, he can lean, you know what I'm saying? He has guys around him. He doesn't have to carry the weight on all of the weight of a team on his back even if he's going against a super talented team. I mean, to do what he did against the Golden State Warriors when he had a team like the Cavaliers around him. Yeah. That's crazy. And if he plays up to par, I know he's getting a little old, there's going to be some questions there. I think
The man don't age though.
He doesn't. He ages like the wine that he drinks. Like
the man don't age.
He doesn't stop, and it's really quite like interesting to see. I don't even want to say there hasn't even been. And I remember looking at these statistics. There hasn't even been a drop off in his game coming with age.
No,
it's just
whatsoever.
Like it's maybe in like a little bit. I know people like to point the finger at defense a little bit, how he's slacks off, but I genuinely believe that's because LeBron doesn't really care about the regular season all that much.
Yeah,
and why should he now? Because he has the Lakers around him.
Yeah,
the Lakers they're just something else, man. It's a spectacle.
I mean, look at LeBron. I mean, what is it, year 17 for him?
Yeah,
and he is leading the league in assists per game.
Right.
And he has a career high in assists per game.
He's a big point guard.
I mean, he promised a Showtime Lakers. And that's what he brought to the table.
100%.
He brought Showtime Lakers to the table.
In memory of Kobe, too. You know that they're going to be, if they win this series, which I think they are, they're going to be wearing, a lot of people predicted it to be 4-1. Or, 3, 4-1.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Not 4-1. No, 3. Trying to do the math on this. They predicted basically a sweep. They gave one game to Portland, and that was it.
That.
Yeah. But if they win this, they're going to...
that's pretty realistic.
Right, yeah. Right. If they win this, they're going to be going on and wearing the Black Mamba jerseys in memory of Kobe.
Well, I mean, Besides the fact that it's for Kobe, which I'm all for doing it for Kobe, but I also just think those are sick jerseys. I don't
100%.
I don't think we should have ever gotten rid of them.
What, the black and the gold
and
accent?
Yeah. I mean, those are
nice.
Those are just fucking fire.
Those are hot.
Yeah.
Those are nice.
Those are nice.
So listen, we gotta have an episode where we just rank the top NBA jerseys.
Yeah, we could do that.
So listen, like if they want to win it, that I can't think of a better. Like I'm pretty sure I said this like 5 minutes earlier, but if they want to win it in the memory of Kobe, that's great. I can't think of a better way to end off. And if we're talking about LeBron, does he have that much time left? I don't know. That's the thing about LeBron.
I think he's gonna make it to year 20.
You think so?
I don't think he's gonna be winning championships.
But like I'm saying, this might be the realistic. I think.
You think this is his last dance?
I don't want to say it's the last. No, it's definitely not the last dance. I think he'll be playing. Like I think he still has some years left in him if he plays anything like he does.
But you think this is the last time we're gonna take him serious?
Like a championship window, LeBron?
As a contender.
The thing is, I don't know. I would lean towards no. I don't think you can ever count LeBron out. I think he's just that type of athlete. But what I'm saying is, if he makes it in this year, at least he has one in the bag for Kobe and for him. A lot of the people talking about, going into this season, we're talking about LeBron and what this season will mean for his legacy on the Lakers.
Right.
It's the same thing when he first joined them in the first place. It's like, this is going to be, he got rings in Cleveland. He got rings in Miami. I mean, what about the Lakers? What about the different circumstances?
Are you not impressed?
Yeah, like what does the man have to do? That's all I'm saying. Is that this is gonna. I don't even want to say shape his career because it's already been shaped. I mean, he's just one of the best athletes of all time. Kind of eclipsed the sport. He's a major personality all over the world. I mean, the man doesn't really have to do that much more in terms of legacy for me. But get one for Kobe.
Yeah.
Get one for Kobe.
Yeah. He needs to do it this year.
For me personally, and feel free to disagree here, Nigel, I don't care if he gets another championship. I really don't.
Who, LeBron?
Yeah. I would view LeBron the same way that I've always viewed him if he didn't get a chip this year. Or for the rest of his career, to be honest.
No, I like seeing LeBron win, to be honest.
I don't mind seeing him win, but I'm saying if he didn't win, I'm not going to be like, okay.
You wouldn't change your perspective if he lost.
Yeah, if we had to pick a top 5 of all time, he wouldn't change if he didn't win a championship.
Where I will disagree with you there is that this is one of the most competitive seasons the NBA has ever seen.
100%.
Which means that we are about to see some of the best basketball. I mean, look at
today. We have been.
Today is Monday. All right, we film this on a Monday. I'm not sure when it's going up.
Probably about Tuesday.
But it's what? It's 5:30 p.m. The Celtics and the Philadelphia about to play. We just saw Donovan Mitchell drop 57 points, a career high.
Yeah.
The highest scoring game since 1986, Michael Jordan.
Right.
We are about to see some of the greatest basketball to ever be played. The highlights from this playoff season will be looked at for the next 40 years.
And I was calling that, man. I said a lot of people didn't think that it would make for good basketball. I said, you get these guys in a bubble, you give them time, give them rest. We're gonna see hell on earth. And what happened? I swear to God, Nigel, I'm not even no cap. All right, all the games that I've seen, all the games have been down to the wire, nail biters. Down to the wire.
It's just the best basketball I've ever seen. And didn't we say that at the beginning of the season?
Yeah.
We said this is going to be the best season that we've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
And it's correct.
100%.
We were correct.
Yes.
This is going to be one of the, and I think that because of that, this season I want to see LeBron, because we're going to see just the best LeBron.
Right.
As best as he can do with his age and everything.
Yeah.
Which honestly isn't really holding him back, it seems like.
Weirdly enough, no.
I mean, come on now. So like we're here for the game. I mean, I'll make a prediction. I say 2 game winners, big time game winners. LeBron has
for LeBron
walk off buzzer beaters that he has this playoff series. At least 2.
I would not hate that at all.
I'll give you 2, and that's big for his career,
right?
Because we will look at him as a better athlete after this playoff series, just because of how competitive it's.
I can understand. So you kind of want to see like. You're almost doing that thing where it's like, okay, so what if Kobe was in a more competitive league, or like not Kobe per se, but like there's always that conversation of like, would these guys translate, these new guys like Kawhi, Paul George, would they translate into the old basketball where hand checking, the old NBA? You're kind of it's in that same vein where, oh yeah, okay, LeBron did this with that, which I think still, I think if you want my honest opinion, the team that he has around him now it wouldn't be more impressive to me than coming back from 3-1 with Cleveland. I think that is the most impressive thing.
I think that's the most. I think that's honestly the most impressive thing to ever happen in sports. Period.
Yeah.
And I don't think that this is going to top this, but I think that this is going to either raise or lower people's opinion of LeBron James as an athlete after this playoffs year. I mean, I think he's just going to do some crazy stuff. Right. I think he's gonna go nuts. Yeah. I think he's gonna go wild.
I think so. I understand what you're saying, but I just, for me, like 3-1, that just ended the conversation for LeBron. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna view him any different. Do I want him to win a chip? I wouldn't mind it at all.
There's nothing else to add to the story, though. Come on.
There's something you. I'm not saying you can. I'm not saying you couldn't add anything to the story, Nigel. I'm just saying, I'm not gonna view LeBron any differently. If he doesn't get it.
I want to see.
Would you view
crazy.
LeBron differently?
As a person in year 17 of their NBA career, going as crazy as
people calling him a communist.
I mean, I think he's a communist. No, I don't think he's a communist. But I think that you're right. The 3-1. That was kind of his story, his narrative.
That was his mic drop.
But I think that we're about to see some of the best LeBron we've ever seen.
Right.
And remember before we went on our hiatus, like I was saying, I think that there, as fun as it is to watch a young LeBron play, 100%. I think that there's an art to the way old LeBron plays, and I think we're about to be full swing.
We're about to get some. Cheese fungul or whatever it's called. What is it? Fondue.
Yeah, fondue.
Fondue.
He's about to sing us a song.
Oh my!
And take us dancing.
Okay. Wine and dine us?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's going to treat us right.
Right.
And then at the end, glory shot.
Okay. Oh.
Champagne bottles, okay?
Okay.
Money shot, everything.
Different type of glory shot. Okay, I was just like...
Okay, he's going to be standing up there like Kobe with his hands on either side.
That would be crazy to see.
Ripping off his jersey.
Still ripped at like 35, however old he is.
He's going to hit the ground. He's going to start crying.
Yeah,
just
100%.
like he did in Cleveland. Yeah. And he's going to say, this was for you,
Kobe.
Gigi. This is for you, Kobe.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
I have been waiting a long time. Obviously, I haven't been waiting for Kobe Bryant to pass away.
Right. But you've been waiting for retribution.
I've been waiting, bro. LeBron has to do it. He has to do it. He has to. There's no way around it.
Yeah. Well, okay. Let's talk. Since we are kind of in the vein of playoffs, do you want to talk about matchups?
Yeah, let's talk about matchups.
Can you pull those up real quick for me, Nigel?
Got them right here.
You're the Jamie to my Joe Rogan, except you actually talk on air.
Would you like to start with West or East?
West.
All right,
let's run it because we were already talking about West anyways.
Okay, so the play-in.
The play-in already happened, right? That was Trailblazers. That was
Portland versus
Memphis. Portland got that. I predicted that correctly.
Yes. Is there only one? How many? Is it a full game, 7 game?
Yeah, I assume so.
Yeah. All right. So So what do you predict? So right now it's Portland 1-0. We're filming this on Monday, by the way.
Okay. So there's been a game already. The Jazz are down 1 to the Nuggets.
That's correct.
Which, if we want to talk about Jazz Nuggets first, I think. You see, that's tough because Jazz, talented length, talented overall squad. I mean, the Nuggets, also talented length, also talented overall squad. For me, this is a toss-up. I'm gonna give it to the Nuggets. I
think the Nuggets are a better team.
Yeah, I think they edge it out. I think it's close.
Yeah, I think that the Jazz still have some kinks to work out.
Yeah.
They have some good individual pieces, but Denver's just better altogether as a team.
Yeah, well, I mean, it comes down to like a 7-game series. Are they going to play Rudy Gobert all? I'd imagine they would, but I'm saying like when I was looking at a video when they don't have Rudy Gobert in there, not good. So a lot of your defense, and I'm not saying
he's a defensive player
right
of the year.
For good reason, and then it goes back. We could talk about the Giannis situation where you got a guy like Giannis. He's a polarizing figure. Do teams try to work around him, or do they go through him? If you can figure out a way to scheme around Gobert, I think the Nuggets with their talented length, I mean they get it.
They just play so well together.
They do.
It's just such a solid squad. I mean, the Jazz are good. The Jazz are super. Donovan Mitchell, like we said earlier, an artist with a basketball.
Oh my gosh!
But
stop it, fam.
But the Nugs are just
the Nugs.
The Nugs are they're good.
They're
good. They're very solid. They're probably the most solid team.
I will say though,
together squad in the NBA right now.
Yeah, I will say though, right? It's a fair shout for the Jazz because the Jazz have always been a solid team, right?
Yep.
They always manage to kind of be on the precipice of I feel like either a playoff team or a championship team, right?
Yep.
They added Mike Conley, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yep.
That was last free agency.
Yep.
Yeah. Great facilitator. Great for getting Donovan
Great
Mitchell the
move,
ball.
great
We
move.
saw what happened. Now Donovan Mitchell goes crazy sometimes.
Yep.
Okay? Big
Like-
trust.
Like today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a fair shout for the Jazz. I'm not discounting them, and I think we both share the sentiment that it might be a toss-up, it might be a dogfight, but I do think the Nuggets get that.
Okay. Now, Clippers versus Dallas. I think that's pretty
Clippers.
obvious. I think Clippers.
Clippers for.
You think they sweep?
Yeah.
I might say they sweep.
Yeah.
I might say they sweep.
maybe I'd give a game to the.
I'll give
the
a game.
Mavericks.
I give a game to Dallas, but I just
Yeah.
as talented as Luka and Porzingis. I mean,
Yeah.
I just don't think they come.
Yeah.
They come close.
No.
I think in a few years, different story, but
Right.
Clippers got that one. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this series, especially Rockets and OKC.
See, the thing about the Rockets are, for me, that lack of length really scares me, especially in the West. When you got a lot of teams that there's a lot of talent in the length, you know what I'm talking about, in the length department
Yeah.
for the 3, 4, 5 spot. But, you can never count the Rockets out. And I've hated on the Rockets this year. I think.
Oh, you think the OKC is gonna take it?
Well, I'll get into that in a second. If we're talking about old podcasts, Nigel,
That's right.
we go back. What did I say about Chris Paul?
You
The
were
media
right.
narrative is that he's washed.
You were
No,
right.
no. He's going to lead this talented young OKC squad to the playoffs. They had an 0.06% chance of making the playoffs. Now, what are they? The
The
fifth
seed.
fifth seed.
You were right.
I'm not counting either team out. OKC. Because
Wow.
I'm an OKC fan. I got to go against the grain. I think the Rockets are a very talented squad, but OKC. You see, the thing is though, Rockets are a lot. I feel like on paper, Rockets have the more solid.
Rockets are a better team.
Right,
I'll tell you that.
but
straight up,
you can never.
I'll tell you that straight up.
he said
Rockets
he's.
are
I'm
better.
agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
But hot take. I'm gonna go against the grain. I'm gonna go against what logic is telling me
I like
because
that.
partially because I'm an OKC fan and I'm super duper happy with the way they've been performing this year. Real talk.
Yeah. And it's not even like they just scraped the bottom. It's
No.
like they were fifth seed. I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty good
Yeah.
for like the only person on that team really that's it's like the only person I can name is Chris Paul.
Chris Paul, that they got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, he's
Danilo
not the first
Gallinari.
person to come to my
Right.
head though.
I'm pretty sure Dennis Schroeder's still there.
Yeah,
I should know my squad more.
yeah, you should.
But listen, talented, very talented.
The reason I'm excited for the matchup is because of the Westbrook and Chris Paul trade.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, there's. It seems like
Who
there's a
would
lot
have thought
right.
that they'd be playing each other in the playoffs?
Right. Well, there seems to be a lot of storylines, and you know what? Not forced by the NBA because we can get into the West play-ins and the East. Well, I'm talking about not the play-in series itself, but how they. Yeah, I know. There's gonna be a lot, guys. Sorry about if you hear beards
Scratching
rustling around.
My beard is so
Yeah.
itchy.
Yeah. Same, dude. These masks aren't it. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, when they expanded the playoffs. Or the playoff field, for the seeding games. It's hilarious that the Suns went 8-0. We can get into this later. But, the only reason they really expanded it is to get Zion in. And Zion, the Pelicans didn't even kiss it.
Yeah.
And
Not
San
even
Antonio,
close.
funnily enough, broke their 22-year postseason streak.
Right.
So, I feel like all the storylines that the NBA didn't expect are happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they extended. They had the sole purpose. They had the sole purpose with extending the playoffs to get more storylines in there, and literally none of the storylines that they thought would happen actually happened.
Yeah. Well,
I'm trying to think. Maybe there are, but
It's big money. It's big money to get Zion in the playoffs.
yeah. I also want to talk about the officiating because I think if we're talking storylines that the NBA is pushing, Giannis headbutting Mo Wagner only getting sent out for a game, or fouling the shit out of the Celtics repeatedly and not getting sent home, and arguably changing the momentum of that game is pretty ridiculous. But we'll get into that later. Let's stick with the predictions for now.
Right. By the way, we were wrong. The play-in game is only one game. The play-in between Portland and Memphis, that was one game.
Nice. Yeah. Portland won.
Yeah,
Memphis had to win 2. Portland only had to win 1.
Yeah.
They played already. Portland
got it.
Yeah, Portland got it.
they played well.
Yeah.
Okay. So then Lakers, Portland.
I give Portland 2 games.
2.
Yeah.
I'd give them 1.
I think because Dame's just on too much of a tear right now. Dame is that guy that he's perpetually just always angry, and he's always looking to prove something. That Dame, I mean, I don't know if you saw his points per game after he got shit talked by Paul George and Patrick Beverley. 55 points per game.
Oh yeah,
something crazy like that. So, yeah,
he heard them talking.
So he's pissed off, and I don't want to discount a Damian Lillard that's angry, and that needs to feel like he needs to prove something.
Yeah, but my reasoning behind it is that, I mean, his most dominant run was last year in the playoffs against.
He's not the best playoff shooter.
OKC.
Yeah.
And he like dragged them around he bullied them, and he hit that
series.
Game winner.
Yeah. Smoked it in PG's eye.
And then as soon as they got to the Warriors bitched him. They swept him 4-0. So
well,
I don't think he. You know what I'm saying? Like
you might have some cadence with your theory there, because as we know, he's not the best playoff shooter.
I love Dame.
Dame is crazy.
Top 3 basketball players in my opinion. I love him so much. I'm such a Damian Lillard fan. I love him. I seriously do love him, but I don't think that he has it in him to get 2 games.
For me, he might be top 5 right now. I could think of
in the bubble.
Bubble. He's top 3.
I think he's top 3.
But right now, in terms of, I guess, right now is also in the bubble. But
that's what I was thinking.
I was talking about the entire season. But yeah, I mean, I could see that.
All right, let's talk East.
East. Oh, is that all the Western?
That was all the Westerns. Okay,
went by fast.
There's a game. Yeah, I know. We love talking about the Western Conference. Anyway,
slobbing on its stuff.
So there's a game going on right now between Toronto and Brooklyn.
I feel like Toronto gets that. It's not maybe not a sweep. Carlos LeVert.
Well, all right. So the game's going on right now. It's the third quarter. Give me a score. What do you think the score is? Who's up by how much?
I think Toronto's up by 10.
Yeah, almost.
What is it?
They're up by like 20.
Oh shit! Okay, I was gonna say 20, but I didn't want to violate the Nets too much. But yeah, maybe that's a sweep then.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be sweep. I think they're gonna pull off a game or 2.
You think?
Yeah, I think the Nets have a solid squad. They're not gonna. I don't think.
Talk about the Nets next year. We could. Oh, dude, we have so much to talk about.
We have a lot to talk about. Well, how many minutes have we?
We're going about 30, but I feel like we can drag if we need to.
We'll squeeze on. We'll try.
Yeah,
to hit 45,
if we need it, we can go for an hour or 15.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Nigel, I have a lot to talk about. Nigel's looking at me right now like, what are you talking about?
Just the dead in my eye.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. He's like,
today in
relax.
A little. What is it? 5 at 6:30. The Celtics and the 76ers are playing.
That's must watch basketball. That's must watch.
That's must watch Eastern Conference basketball.
Ben Simmons is out, injured knee.
Yeah.
Celtics, but that's close. Close. I think. Something about the 76ers tells me it's going to be close.
I feel like, and we talked about this before, I think the 76ers, their window is closing before their eyes.
Right.
And I think they're going to go down. I think they might pull off a win or 2. But
yeah, no. I think, I don't win or 2, I might be more close for me.
I don't think it's going to go to a Game 7.
Nah, I wouldn't go for Game 7. Maybe like a Game 6, Game 5. I don't know.
Okay, so 2 wins.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. What you said.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's tough, man, because I feel like on paper, definitely the Celtics have the more talented squad, but I can never count out those 76ers.
Yeah, you can't, but like, look at. I mean, what is Joel Embiid really gonna do?
He's not gonna do. I don't want to say he's not gonna do much.
He's so good.
I'm just saying, like, I'm pretty sure this season the 76ers have given the Celtics trouble. I could be wrong about that. I might probably be talking out of my ass right now, but I feel like I'm remembering that correctly.
76ers have not been playing well this season.
I thought they gave the Celtics trouble though. I'll look that up real quick. You keep going.
Okay.
I think it'll be a close series, but I think Celtics get that.
Pacers and Heat. I say Game 6, Game 7.
Pacers and Heat. That's gonna be another close one.
What is his name? PJ Warren.
TJ Warren.
TJ Warren and Jimmy Butler have beef.
They do. Oh my, dude. Here's the thing. All right, TJ Warren. If you're listening to this, by the way, come on our podcast. We want to interview you, but also don't piss off Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, seriously.
Because much like Damian Lillard, Jimmy Butler, when he's pissed off, I mean, we saw what happened. You know, he locked it down to 15 points, bud. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, Jimmy Butler's a dog.
Jimmy Butler's a dog.
He's a dog. Woof woof. You know what I'm saying? DMX.
Jimmy Butler's one of my favorite people to watch in the NBA.
He is. I mean, I
love this Heat squad so much.
Oh my God,
I can't tell
dude.
you how much I love this Heat squad.
Duncan Robinson, Tyler Herro,
Oh,
Kendrick Nunn,
I know.
Derrick Rose, but he's out.
They have a bright future.
Dude, I saw Derrick Rose the other day, bro. I tell you, man, he got up, like off of 1 foot. It must have been his chest was above the rim, and he just tried to like slam the basketball in, like typical Derrick Jones Jr. fashion.
Yeah.
I was like, that's when because I'd never seen a Derrick Jones Jr. dunk, live. I'd seen the one on the Instagram where he goes up for it, and I was like, oh, this guy is different. Yeah. This guy is a machine.
Yeah.
This guy is not human.
It's crazy.
Like I said, man, a lot to watch with this Miami Heat squad.
I love
crazy
this Heat squad. I think the Heat are going to come out though.
Yeah. They're my dark horse, perhaps.
I actually think Eastern Conference Finals matchup. Probably, I'd say
Heat versus Bucks. I'm gonna try to Nostradamus your pick right now.
I don't know, man. I kind of started talking and then I was like, wait a minute, what am I about to say? I didn't want to say something too crazy.
It's the nature of the podcast.
I think it's gonna be Celtics versus Bucks.
Think so?
Well, the Bucks are playing the Magic, and that's gonna be a sweep.
Yeah.
We both agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. High five.
We agree on something.
Nice.
But I mean, Orlando's playing well.
Orlando's playing all right, but they're not playing Bucks all right.
It's gonna be sweep.
No. Yeah. 100%.
It's gonna be easy work.
Yeah.
But I see in the West, I see it Lakers versus Clippers.
Okay.
And then I see Celtics versus Bucks. I'd like Toronto. I think they're playing very well. I think you can't count them out for anything as much as we wanted to earlier in the season.
I'd say. Oh, go ahead. My fault.
No, you're good. I just think that this Celtics are going to go as far as they possibly can. I think the finals are the Eastern Conference Finals is as far as they can go.
Right. Yeah. I agree with you. I think my Eastern Conference Finals prediction would either be, I would love to see the Celtics in there personally. I think, though. I think Milwaukee and Toronto. I gotta be honest.
You think Toronto?
Coming out of it,
I just think Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum's on another level in terms of shot creation and like making space. He's ridiculous.
I think that it's all going to come together for him this series.
Well, man, I hope, because I've been watching the Celtics this year. They're kind of my forefront for my team. Like, I like the Celtics. They're a fun group to watch. I've always said that on this podcast. I mean, there's certain people on this podcast that we've been slobbing on, you know what I'm saying? Praising from the top. And
Jason Tatum.
Tatum, the Celtics.
How could you not slob Jason Tatum? I mean, look at them.
And that's the podcast. No.
And that's where we cut it off.
ATB pulls out in the spot. They're like, yeah, listen, we can't. No more slob talk, guys.
Yeah.
No, for real. Like, if Toronto doesn't get that, or I could see realistically, I mean, the Heat, for me in the East, right? The two that I would see, like I said, in the Eastern Conference Finals, Bucks, Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
But my dark horse picks, Celtics, Heat.
Yeah. I just love the Celtics so much.
Celtics are they're fun, man.
I think the Heat are good, but they don't have it this year yet. They don't have it yet.
You could be right about that.
They're not going to the Eastern
They could be in like
I
feel like they're in a similar situation to the Pelicans, except they're just a little bit like more talented, or a lot more. I don't know.
I would take the Heat over the Pelicans.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. But I'm saying like in that similar situation, if they don't trade Lonzo away, like there's some reports. I don't think that's the best move unless you could get an upgrade at the point guard position, which they might be looking. I don't
think they should trade Lonzo.
But you could let him develop. I don't think it's going to be. Yeah.
Let him become a good point guard.
Yeah, I mean the Pelicans are in a similar situation to the Heat.
Yeah.
Except the Heat are just pretty, I think, better.
I think the Heat. Yeah, I think Jimmy Butler is one of the best leaders in the NBA.
Yeah, he's a guy that you want.
We've had in a long time.
Yeah, he's a guy you want in the locker room.
He's the guy you want there. He's tough. He's like Michael Jordan.
Set an example for work ethic. Just did all around and he doesn't have the biggest presence on the court. Sure, he has his days.
Yeah.
But I feel like also in terms of I feel like he's one of those guys. He might be like a Marcus Smart type guy where you're not going to see him on the stat sheet too much, but when you do, when you don't see him, it's going to be intangibles, and when you do, he's going to have a really good game, and it'll just be amplified.
He's just a super good leader. He just has he has the cojones to win.
Right.
He has it in him. I love watching the Heat. Fun fact, before we move on.
Okay.
I'm a Knicks fan.
Oh, we gotta do also the Western Conference Finals. Who we want coming out of that? But go ahead. My fault.
You know I'm a Knicks fan.
Yeah.
Knicks didn't make it to the bubble, so that means that Mitchell Robinson has the highest field goal percentage in NBA history.
Dude, Mitchell Robinson's been
beating out Wilt Chamberlain.
He's been getting it in the gym.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You saw the clips that went viral of him.
Yeah.
Recently.
I saw him in the gym working, bro. He's
Knicks,
scary.
Knicks are on the rise.
I'm telling nobody believes me, and even some Knicks fans don't believe me. I said you guys got a gem in Mitchell Robinson, and I do believe RJ Barrett next year will start to overperform.
Yeah.
That's my humble prediction.
I agree.
Also, I am just reading this on my phone now because I do have notes for the podcast.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook will be out for a few games in the playoffs.
Wow.
So I think Thunder realistically.
You think Thunder takes it if Westbrook's out?
I don't think it's well. What did I think for my original prediction? I thought it was a close one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
You had OKC coming out.
Yeah, but it was a close one. I think now maybe I'd give another game back to OKC.
Wow.
Without Russell Westbrook.
But James Harden, man.
James Harden, yeah, sure. But James Harden. What about playoff Harden though?
Bro, he's gonna go out there.
What about playoff Harden?
And he's gonna drop 50 points on your team's head.
Okay.
And you're
but what about playoff Harden?
And you're gonna be watching with
crying
with your hand in your crotch, not knowing what to do.
Why would I have my hand in my crotch?
You're just gonna be sitting there like they
crotch,
can't. I don't have.
Crotched up.
Like look, they can't stay. There's no camera.
That's like an NBA YoungBoy pose right there.
You're gonna be like, oh. Damn, here comes Harden, dropping 47, like it's nothing.
Here comes Harden down the lane.
See, you're sitting here right now.
Me.
You're like, Westbrook's out.
But I'm just saying,
OKC's going to win. And then the announcers are going to come on and be like, it's the end of the third quarter. James Harden has 52. Rockets are up by 17.
Bro, have we not seen James Harden in the playoffs before?
Bro.
What about playoff Harden? When does that come into effect?
Bro.
Are they going to overuse him?
James Harden is one of the best to ever pick up the basketball.
I'm not saying he's not, because he's revolutionized the way to score the basketball, and I think the way he's one of those guys, and I was watching a video on this, I forget the name, but they stated it greatly when they said he's one of those guys that bends the rules to the way he plays.
Yeah.
I think it's a very important thing to note.
Yeah.
I'm not putting any dirt on Harden's name. And in the past I've been a Harden hater. Since then I don't like the way his attitude is, because I think he cries and he flops, but he flops and it gets him to the line. And he scores, and the way he scores the basketball is crazy.
He has it down to a science.
But I'm just saying.
Bro, he should.
OKC at full power.
If Chris Paul didn't get injured for that Game 7 in 2017, 2018, he would have a chip right now.
Well, he's gonna get a chip. No, I'm playing. Imagine that I came out with a wild hot take, just like, OKC coming out of it all, sweep the Lakers. No.
James Harden's gonna go nuts. And I think that I know you're an OKC fan. I respect it. I love the fact that you believe in them. I think they're gonna do well. I think Chris Paul's gonna come out. He's gonna play very well. But I don't think it makes a difference whether Westbrook's in there or not.
Okay.
I think the Rockets are gonna win that series.
Right.
And I don't think OKC is gonna give them that much trouble. I think they're gonna give them a little trouble. They might pull a game off, maybe. I don't think it's gonna be a sweep. But I don't.
If he's out for a few games, that's 3 games out of a series, Nigel. They're gonna. Okay, sure. They have Robert Covington. I gotta look up who they have on the squad.
I mean, bro, I just don't see it getting to a game 6 or 7. I'd be very surprised if it went to a game. I'd be super.
I mean, yeah, because the Rockets will. Not the Rockets. Shit, the OKC. Oklahoma City Thunder will sweep them in 7 games. No, I'm kidding.
James Harden is literally just one of the best people to ever step on a basketball court.
I'm saying, like, you could have dude. This goes back to what we were talking about with Giannis. If you overuse Giannis.
No, you're right.
You know
but
what I'm
saying? In playoff scenarios, you need a superstar, because that's what it comes down to. It doesn't really come down to who's the best team or whatever. Look at the Nugs were number 1 seed last year, and they were exited first, second round.
I think
it was second. It was a second, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You need a superstar in the playoffs, and OKC doesn't have one.
Chris Paul.
Chris Paul is not going to come out and outscore Harden. He's not going to come out.
I think you're not appreciating Chris Paul to the extent of his abilities. I think Chris Paul will do great things.
I think he's going to do great things, but I don't think he's going to do enough.
I think he will. I think
no matter how great Chris Paul is going to do, I think Harden's going to do better.
I'm not saying that Harden won't do better, but I'm saying all Chris Paul realistically needs to do because he has a very talented team around him. And I've said that Rockets might have the edge in terms of talent, but now with Russell Westbrook out, I just think it makes it a lot easier for OKC. I think it's still a close series, but I got to give it to OKC. I think Chris Paul. I think Chris Paul. I respect your opinion as well, but I'm saying like I think Chris Paul, as he's been doing, that's been the kind of the storyline is like Chris Paul has been proving people wrong. You know what I mean?
Yes, he has.
You know,
yes,
so
he absolutely has.
So I just think he gets it done. But did we want to talk real quick about Western Conference Finals?
Yeah, let's see. What's your prediction? If you say OKC, I'm gonna lose it.
Okay, no, I'm playing. Portland, no. I think Lakers got to be an automatic spot in one of the. You know what I'm saying? They got to get the one spot.
And Clippers.
Clippers are a fair shot. Well, I always have for the two conferences. I always have the two that I think would have a realistic shot at making it, and then the two dark horse picks that maybe not a lot of people are looking at. I have to go right now, Western Conference, because my mind is shot right now, and I'm all tired. Okay, Clippers and Nuggets are probably at the forefront for people that I could see making the finals. And I know the Rockets are fourth, but I'll give it for my dark horse pick to the Thunder and Jazz.
Okay.
I'm really not high on the Thunder. I mean, I'm really not high on the Rockets. I keep. Is there something going on with me, man? Maybe I'm not so confident in the Thunder. That's why I keep subconsciously saying Thunder. No, I think. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I think the Rockets are. I don't know. I have a feeling. I have a feeling in my gut that it's not going to go well for them. And say they get it over. Say they get it over the Thunder. I don't think they make it that far, anyways.
No, I think the Western Conference Finals is going to be Clippers versus Lakers.
I think that's the best. I think that's the most likely eventuality. Yes.
I'd be very surprised if it was any other way. It's gonna be a Subway Series.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Yankees versus Mets.
It's good. What's the LA equivalent of a Subway? Like
the Tube. I don't know.
The Tube.
That's Britain.
That's Britain. Well, whatever fucking underground highway that Elon Musk is building. The Elon Musk Underground Highway Series.
Yeah, we'll call it the Beach Ball Series or something.
Yeah, for Cali. So, I think that's a lock for both of our picks. I think we could agree on that actually.
Yeah, I do agree on that.
All right, let's see what else we got for the show here. We have. Do we want to talk a little bit about the bubble? So I was talking to the main man, the head honcho at ATBnews, and he wanted to pose some questions for us. By the way, guys, if you want to write in and give us questions or give us concerns and have us something to talk about, we would love them. Now that we have a bigger audience, I want to 100% utilize that. But, all right, he wanted us to ask, and he wanted us to kind of toil over this. Is the bubble NBA better than the regular NBA? Now, obviously, the regular NBA has those big crowds, those polarizing moments like LeBron, like you were talking about.
It's a very good question.
It's a very good question.
Yeah.
LeBron, I go back. My mind goes back to him with the turnaway Jay fade in. I think it might have been John Wall's face or on the Wizards. Stuff like that where the crowd erupts.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about an all-white Miami Heat. Think about the playoffs this year if we hadn't have been in the bubble, right? Yeah. Entire packed out Miami Heat arena, because I know they pack out the arena. Miami Heat fans are like that. They can be knee-jerks sometimes.
Yep.
Entire packed out Miami Heat arena. Think about this. White shirts.
Yeah.
Going crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. OKC.
Yeah.
OKC doing that stadium stomp thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Think about the Lakers, right? You already know they'd be filled up.
Yeah.
Max capacity. People waiting outside. Clippers, same thing.
Yeah. So Clippers is all going to be yellow jerseys anyway.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Either way, it's going to be packed out. Here's my thing, right? The bubble. We have certain people like TJ Warren, like even Grayson Allen. Like I wanted to talk about Grayson Allen. I think he's really been overperforming. I think it's just certain guys that can't do what they could do in the bubble without the crowd noise, or with the crowd noise what they could do in the bubble.
Well, so you think that the pressure, it's less because sometimes it's too much. I don't know. I think there's. Go ahead. Actually, you finish what you're.
I know. I was gonna say LeBron kind of likened it after he likened it to prison. He liked it to playing AAU basketball or playing a pickup game.
Yeah.
It's not. It's simply just not the same atmosphere as a playoff game, as even some of the regular season games. When you have, think about Miami versus the Pacers. if that game, if the same beef had happened and that game had gone on, I mean, if NBA Twitter was any gauge for what that would have been, I mean, dude, people were changing out their character names, like their avatars on Twitter, to like Pacers fan and like Miami fan, and they were like shit talking each other, going back and forth.
Yeah.
I think that would have been crazy, but I think the quality of NBA basketball, feel free to disagree with me, was a little bit better simply due to that fact, simply due to the fact that there's more on the line.
Yeah. Well,
you know, we're seeing more, everyone's more rested.
Right.
But I could see either way.
Though I think there's two schools of thought. I think you have to look at it from an entertainment point of view, like you said, and from an actual quality of game point of view, like you said. Now, do I miss the crowd cheering? Yes. But I think we also get some good bench reactions in the bubble that we didn't get beforehand. It's
I wish the Brooklyn
stuff.
I wish the Brooklyn, you know what I'm talking about, the bench where they're like doing the dance, like I wish that was in the bubble. That would have been hilarious.
I think that that's a good question. I can't even think straight. I think that the quality of basketball is better in the bubble. It's more competitive. They all live with each other. Yeah. Tensions are high. Beefs are coming.
Kyle Lowry and Aaron Gordon the other day. Aaron Gordon called him a bitch. He said, "Yo, my room number's 836, bro. Come on up when you want."
They're taking it personal. I miss this. I miss this type of basketball. It's not basketball that we get that often. Usually we only get it like with 1, 2, 3, 4 teams. We're getting it with like 16 teams.
Yeah.
You know, we're getting good basketball. I do miss the crowds.
Yeah.
I will say that I miss people. I miss like seeing the fans erupt. I miss, I think a buzzer beater means more when the fans are on their feet and everything. But I think I think we're going to see some of the best basketball we've ever seen in the history of the NBA. I think we're about to see that.
Okay.
And I'm excited for that.
Okay.
I mean, just look at today. 57 points.
Yeah.
Overtime game.
Does he get that with a crowd? I'm not sure. He might have. Realistically, I don't know.
It's hard to say whether he would have or wouldn't have. I just think that because tensions are so high, I think we're gonna see some really great basketball. Yeah. So as much as I want the bubble, I don't want the bubble next season. I'm excited that we're gonna get this little peek.
Yeah.
At what
it would be like if
can these fucking dogs do?
Oh my God. Put them in the pound.
Yeah.
No, you know what it is? It feels like the dream team scrimmage.
Yeah.
You just put 5 dirty, you know what I'm saying? Like just straight dirty basketball players against each other.
Yeah.
5-on-5, just let it rip. This is what it seems like.
Just talking.
Right, we're talking mad shit, bro.
Yeah.
Talking disgusting amounts of just of that spicy talk.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna get good. And I appreciate being able to hear the sounds of their sneakers against the floor.
I appreciate being able to hear Mel say, "Fuck out of here, I got it."
Yeah, I mean, we've had some good stuff. I like the bubble. I don't think we should have it. I don't think it's better than.
What do you? Because I could tell you're kind of you're kind of.
I'm kind of in the middle. Yeah, I'm kind of torn. I think that it's only good because it's such a weird thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's like a one night stand. You know, you have it once in a while, and that's the second dating analogy I've made on this podcast.
Yeah, but
it's good for once in a while, and then you get back to the regular.
I think it's gonna be so good only because it's so special. If we had it every year, it wouldn't be. Yeah, special.
It would be like, all right, this is getting.
But because it's the only time ever.
Yeah, they might do it next year. I wouldn't mind seeing it again next year, but after that, come on.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't think they're gonna do it next year. I don't think they could.
I've heard
I don't think they could do an 82 game season in the bubble. Personally, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Oh, that's true. That takes that into account. You know, we'll see. But that's what I've just the word around the grapevine is that's what's going on. I don't know how they're gonna work with that. I think they talked about starting the season a little earlier, so we'll see what happens with that. Expanding on that conversation, expectations for TJ Warren next season. What are we thinking?
I don't think he comes out playing. I don't think he can do this consistently.
Yeah, no.
I think he's on a little bit of a high, a hot streak right now.
Right.
I see him doing better next season than he did earlier than this season. I think this was his coming out thing, but I don't see him absolutely going nuts. I don't see him winning.
You don't see him going crazy?
I don't see him winning most improved.
Right.
To be honest, I think he has a shot at it, but I don't see him winning.
I don't see him winning. No, because then he got locked down by. I think that was just if you want my personal opinion, it was like a one night stand. You know what I'm talking about? One time thing.
I think he's on a hot streak. I think
he's on a hot streak,
and they're feeding him the ball, and that's exactly what you should do when someone's on a hot streak. But you can't do that,
right?
You know, I mean, like realistically, how long is he gonna be able to keep this up?
Yeah.
Now, if he comes back and he like went crazy with his game in the gym over the summer, and he's like, I'll be surprised, and I hope he does because I think he has a very pure game. I love watching him play, but
I don't think he does that next year. If you want my personal opinion.
I don't think he wins
but
most improved.
TJ, no, I don't think he does either.
Yeah.
TJ Warren, prove me wrong.
Yeah,
shut me up.
I agree.
Shut me up.
Shut me up, please.
Make me say whenever we're doing this podcast
I want
next
to be
year.
wrong.
Yeah,
I want to be wrong
because we're right too much on this podcast.
Yes,
it feels
absolutely,
like real talk though, Nigel. I walked some of our old stuff back. Like we were some of the, when we were right, like we were dead accurate.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like creepy how good we are at this. All right, last maybe 10-20 minutes of the show. I wanted to pose 2 questions, right?
Go ahead.
So this is something that I've had a lot of conversations with my friends about. Kyrie Irving, we always have to.
Oh, we got to talk about Kyrie.
We always got to downplay Kyrie Irving's career in any way possible.
I know.
What guard are you taking over Kyrie Irving? What point guard?
Gosh.
Not just like easy, all of them. No.
This table, no.
This table's getting a little. Why is everything spinning?
Kyrie Irving's a great basketball player.
Yeah, great basketball player, one of the best dribblers of all time, one of the best scorers of all time.
He's going to go down in history, obviously. Yeah. And the only reason why I'm so tough on him is because I just want him to be
great.
So much better.
Is that what it is?
I want him to be great. And I feel like the only reason he's not great is himself. I feel like he just holds himself back.
I feel like, no offense, Nigel, I feel like you're capping right now. Is that really the reason? Do you like Kyrie?
Kyrie Irving literally used to be my favorite player when he was on the Cavs.
He was on the
my
Cavs,
favorite
right?
player
Yeah.
ever.
He was likable back then.
He was very likable.
Goes to the Celtics, goes to the Brooklyn Nets. You're like,
Went to the. I feel like he kind of bitched LeBron a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like, and then he bitched the whole city of Boston.
Yeah, he was like, I'm definitely re-signing, and then he was like, see you later.
And the only reason I'm so hard on him is because I just used to love him so much. I used to think so highly of him, and then I feel like. It's not that like he failed to perform. It's just he held himself back either with his mouth, or with Obviously, it's not his fault if he can't stay healthy.
Yeah,
as much as I want him to stay
here's the
healthy.
thing. I'll get into this in a second. I'm glad that you brought up his mouth.
Yeah.
All right, because I think that's what differentiates him from me. Right. So I'm gonna use let's just say Kemba, right, on the Celtics, because this is the analogy I like to draw to a lot. Kemba on the Celtics. I don't know if I might take Kemba over him. Here's why. Kemba doesn't have a similar ceiling to Kyrie. I think his ceiling is right below Kyrie's in terms of potential. He's a superstar. It depends on what team he's on. I think the reason he's not averaging what he was averaging on, because I know he had some explosive games in the Hornets, I think once he got on the Celtics, that's where he really shines, right? And this is where we can see the discrepancy between Kyrie and Kemba. Kemba, more of a team guy, more of a true point guard than Kyrie. Can you agree with me on that?
Yes.
Okay. Better off the court guy. He's the guy you want in the locker room, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Similar, but not quite there, ceiling. I'm taking that. that.
I agree. I think Kemba Walker's ceiling is lower.
It's lower, but see, the thing is, too, you give Kyrie the ball. What is it, a 50-point game? But he's not spreading out the ball. It's either a 50-point game or he shoots horribly.
Yeah, I think
Kemba can average a cold 20. He'll spread out the ball. He'll get his teammates involved.
Yeah, he'll get his teammates involved.
That's
a good point. I also think that Kyrie's a better leader than Kemba. I think he's louder. I think he's more.
Really?
I think he's more of a general.
Kyrie?
Than Kemba is. Yeah.
Okay, that's an interesting take.
I think he's one to take control of a game.
Yeah.
I think Kemba's capable of it, but I don't think that's his go-to.
Well, I don't know if he really needs to with the Celtics. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right. I think Kemba's definitely a better fit. However, I think that Kyrie Irving, if you get along with him, if you don't butt heads with him, it's probably very easy to do that.
He's like, I might pass you the ball.
I just think his head is just so big.
Yeah.
He's so full. He just
gets in the way.
You should always think, if you're walking on a basketball court,
you
should believe that you're the best basketball player on the court.
Yeah.
You should.
Yeah.
And I agree with that.
Right.
But he
takes it too far.
He takes it too far.
He takes it too far.
He takes it too far.
Who else? Okay. if you had to choose one point guard, and I think it is, you're right, it is team specific and it is situational, right? Like, pickup game, I want Kyrie.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Full game stretch, let's say like a 14, in some weird parallel reality where they had like a 15-game season, Kemba.
I think if you're right, I think you're correct. If you're looking for someone to come in and win you
just drop buckets,
do
Kyrie.
really amazing highlights,
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving. But you have a young core,
yeah,
and you want someone to take them into the future.
Yeah, Kemba
Walker.
Yeah, but like, okay, so is there one guard you'd take over? And I'm sure you could think of one right now, over Kyrie in any situation.
Point guard?
Yes.
That's hard. I can't think of one on the spot.
Chris Paul. No.
I don't think. I think Chris Paul is
vintage.
Chris Paul's a point guard. Okay.
Yeah, point guard. Yeah.
They play different games. They play very different games.
Yeah, I think vintage Chris Paul. I might.
No, I don't think so. I think Kyrie Irving is.
I might just be trying to like fire off hot takes here.
I think Kyrie Irving is gonna ISO him and score a bucket right on his dome.
I think
he's not gonna be able to
I think Chris Paul would fake the hezzy, or he'd fake the sham god and then pull up from midcourt.
Yeah, and then Kyrie Irving pulls up from half court and strains it.
Okay, yeah, you know what? You might have a point with this whole Kyrie thing. No, I'm talking. I mean, guys, for anyone listening, I like doing hot takes. Sometimes I back them up. Sometimes I have one in there that I let fly. That's like a Stephen A. Smith take.
I think you need. It's good to just spitball ideas.
Yeah. No, that's what we're.
Kyrie, look, as much as we love to hate on Kyrie, because he makes it easy sometimes.
Yeah.
You can't deny.
No, I'm not denying his ability. No, 100%. No, I would never do that
on the basketball court. I mean, he's just a highlight machine.
Yeah.
I wish he went a different direction with his career, because he was my favorite player at one point, and he break my heart.
Yeah, it break my heart.
He break my heart. But whatever.
I might take. What about prime Derrick Rose?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I'd take prime Derrick Rose.
Yeah, same.
I mean, it's hard to just think of. It's hard because Kyrie Irving is just very good.
Yeah, he is.
And you could just take him from any year. And
I would take Kyrie over Harden.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
You're a Harden guy.
I mean,
you got the red beats. Do you have a Houston Rockets jersey I don't know about? He's gonna come over to watch a game later, and he's gonna have a Houston Rockets. I knew it.
Look, Kyrie Irving's still really good.
Yeah.
But I think James Harden is just one of the best to ever do it. I think he's the best
100%.
in that position since Kobe.
Yeah.
MJ.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's up there in that conversation.
In terms of scoring, yeah.
Look at the man's statistics. I know it's not all statistics, but look at the statistics, because it is a little bit statistics.
Right.
I mean, look at what he
did
this season. Look at it. How many times has he been robbed of MVP?
Yeah.
How many times?
All right. Yeah. No, you're right.
How many times?
You're right.
He should have won all-decade MVP, bro.
The NBA is in there. Flying Nard Prey. What is it?
I don't know, bro.
Wearing a Harden jersey. But yeah, no, I understand.
Harden is so good.
I understand.
I'd take Harden over Kyrie. I'd take Harden over... I'd put very few players...
I'd put Kyrie over Westbrook. I'd take Kyrie over Westbrook.
I'd take Kyrie over Westbrook.
Yeah, man. It's a very interesting conversation, and I'm sure if a lot of people listen to this, which I hope they are. Hi, guys. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the Spreading the Floor family. I hope you get mad enough that you email or you DM me and tell me that I'm an idiot, and so we can address it on the next pod.
Me too.
But yeah, no. I mean, let's see. Any closing thoughts as we reach the hour? Well, I feel like I gotta remember if we're supposed to be talking about something else here, because I had so much to bring in.
We covered a lot.
We did.
We had a lot to cover, though.
The officiating as of late, and even some early in the season. Now, I don't know if you've been watching the Celtics. Okay, Lakers, Clippers, Bucks, even Portland. All got calls in their favor against the Celtics. Giannis headbutts Mo Wagner. 1-game suspension. Right before the playoffs. There's a conspiracy there. I'm going to say it if nobody else will. All right? Might not be a popular opinion, but I'll say it. There's a conspiracy there. I think the NBA refs the way they want to ref. And, it's like when LeBron gets certain calls or doesn't get certain calls, and when a certain player gets, I think now certain people are starting to see certain things where it's like, oh, okay, what's going on here? Like the Bucks versus Celtics. Giannis should have been fouled out of that game when he elbowed. I think it wasn't Daniel Tice. Who was it? It might have been Daniel Tice. He elbowed someone in the face. It might have been Marcus Smart, and just didn't receive a technical or any foul.
Right.
Talking about that backcourt call versus Portland. Clearly not a backcourt. Called it as a backcourt.
Yeah, that was.
If I'm remembering correctly,
they were.
I mean, Celtics still won that game because
they did a bad job.
They didn't leave it up to the refs.
They did a bad job during that Portland game. I remember that.
Well, that also true. I mean, we also have to talk about the Celtics. I mean, a big part of the Celtics in the playoffs is not letting it come down to the refs, because I really do think the Celtics get like fucked over by the refs. I think they do.
But you also have to think is why would all right? So like I disagree with you. I don't think there's conspiracy, but let's say that there is.
Right.
What is the motivation behind
seeing Giannis get in? I mean, like say if Giannis doesn't play that game, Celtics get that game. They need their prize children to win. I don't necessarily even. I sort of believe this. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm being silly right now.
We gotta talk about devil's advocate, but I just don't like. If you remember, they wanted the lake in 2004. They wanted the Lakers.
Let's go back a while. I'm just talking about this.
Yeah.
Well,
look in 2004. They wanted the Lakers to beat the Nets in the finals because they wanted Kobe to win.
Okay.
Or maybe not 2004. Maybe it was earlier than that, 2003 or something. And so they totally just butchered that game, and even the refs came out a couple years later and said, yeah, they told us to make the Nets lose because it'd be more viewership if Kobe was in the finals. Yeah. Now, coming back to now, why would they do that to the Celtics? Because in that situation, the Nets were a better team. The Nets were the favorite to win. It would just be.
I'm not saying it's always been a thing. I'm just saying in this year,
season, the
Lakers will get.
But what are they trying to stop? Would do less people watch when the Celtics make it farther?
Yeah. I mean, look, if the Lakers are getting certain calls in certain late game situations on certain Sunday primetime games, or Thursday night primetime, I think it is. I'm not sure which night is primetime. It might be Wednesday. Could be wrong. I don't know which night it is. But every time there's a Sunday showcase, and Lakers get late game calls in certain situations, I have to as an NBA fan look in with a critical eye. And to me, when you look in with a critical eye like that, it's like, wow, there's a lot of people watching this game. A lot of people like LeBron. A lot of people like the Lakers. A lot of people like the Bucks. A lot of people want the Lakers to go far. Mm-hmm. Let's play it a little bit loose on the Lakers side. Let's tighten it up on the Celtics.
I think you're underestimating.
It could be across the league too. I'm not saying it's only happening to the Celtics. I just tend to have I over the course of the season have watched a lot of Celtics games where that has been the case, and I can have my resident Celtics fan also Jerry on to defend me, and you can, if you want, you could bring I don't know, who do you have your backup? I don't know. Chris, there you go. We can definitely flesh out that conversation in a different podcast, but I just think that certain teams will get certain calls, and maybe it doesn't necessarily get talked about as much as it should. I don't know. That's just what I've seen, though.
I think you're just underestimating how bad these refs really are.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
They're not good at their job. They're good. They're probably good. Like, they had to make it to the NBA, so obviously they haven't. But like, if you look at how
but when you go to replay,
a good ref is a ref that we don't notice.
Yeah, 100%.
We don't talk about.
100%.
And we're constantly talking about them.
But what about what about when it goes to the replay center and it's still the same call, like the backcourt? Like, I mean, all the calls, it doesn't get reversed. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous. That's what the replay center is for. If a ref,
I don't know what specific moment you're talking about. I can't think of the backcourt violation that you're talking about.
It was against Portland. It was right before we came to school, so it was a little bit ago. But I just remember, like, because I was on the phone with a Celtics fan as it was happening, and he was like, dude, we always get shafted. And I looked into it, and, like I said, it might not be just a Celtics thing, but it tends to happen.
I think these refs are just, like, NBA refs are historically bad. Like, they're just not very good at what they do.
Well, there's also historically been records of refs getting paid off. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not saying the New Jersey versus Lakers finals.
Right. Yeah. I'm not saying they're getting paid off now, but corruption could be a thing. I don't know. There could be some corruption. I'm just playing the silly.
Especially in the bubble.
Yeah. When
head over to the refs room. Slide a 20 under the door.
I wonder where the refs live. Do they all live in their own house? A lot of people are talking about tampering and creating super teams. What if the refs are just like tampering with each other? They're just like, yo, let's yeah, I got like 20 on the Bucks game. Can you swing that? Like,
yeah.
you know what I'm talking about?
That'd be very funny, actually.
Yeah.
But that's so dumb to make a bet with a ref.
That would
That'd be the stupidest thing you could
for
do.
a ref. Also for a ref to make a bet on, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like, that's like some uncut gems type stuff.
Yeah,
you
for
know.
real.
But any closing thoughts now that we don't have anything?
No.
I guess we're happy to be on ATBnews, man.
That's right.
This is a step in the right direction, man. And I'm just I want to say to anyone listening that knows me, that knows Nige, we are very, very happy. And I won't speak for you, Nigel. I'll speak for myself, and you can hop in if you want.
You can speak for me. Go ahead.
We're very happy for all the support. To come off of even like a hiatus like we did, and immediately get signed.
Yeah.
Like crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
No, we're very thankful, and we've heard over the months that we've done this podcast.
Good things.
I think we've had some obstacles in our way. But I think that we've always gotten the positive support we needed to keep going. Yeah. And it's really not about like we don't come in here and do it because we're bored. We come in here and do it because we love it, and we love hearing back from the people who watch it.
Yeah.
And I love hearing from I saw what you said. It's good stuff. I think me and Coop, especially Coop. You should see this guy work. This is his craft. This is what we like to do, and we have fun doing it, and we hope that you're willing to come along for the journey.
Guys, and seriously, write in with any questions,
Yeah.
Anything you might want to write in with, and we'll definitely get into it. We'll definitely questions if you think we're absolutely smoking something and you want to let us know about it. Feel free, hey, listen, I don't like your hard intake. I think you're dumb. Fine.
Word, me too.
We'll talk about it.
All right.
Oh, nice shot there, Nige. Okay. Well,
that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys in the next episode of Spreading the Floor. This has been the Bubble Edition. Guys, I am so happy to be back.
That's right.
And we'll see you in the next one, probably next Tuesday.
See you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye-bye.